All right, man, we back again. Appreciate everybody for tapping in. Let's talk about Romeo Cora. I mean, I know it's a guy I've done a video on before, but shout out to my boy One Pride Nation. Check his channel out. Romeo Cora has the fourth leading NFL leading pressure rate behind TJ Watt, number one, Aaron Donald. And I think it was one more in front of him, Nick Bosa got injured. He probably would be in there too. Say what you want to say about his political views. Him and his brother, his dad and mom got some great NFL genetics. Let's talk about Romeo. Hit that subscribe button, bell icon button, share the video. Man, amazing player, man. Amazing player, man. This year for us, man. He's single-handedly been everything we thought Deshaun Hand should be and more. He's single-handedly been more than Trey Flowers, who's been injured he got a cast on his arm, so I don't think he coming back week 11 versus the Panthers. But man, Romeo Cora, he looked like a defensive end. Long, strong, lean. And man, he been getting to it. He got 6 sacks this year. He fell out the top 10 of sacks, but right now I think Myles Garrett is leading with 9.5. But Jesus, man. If Trey Flowers played up to half of his expectations of his contract, I guarantee you probably have 2 double-digit sack guys. You know, and the issue with the interior is they just don't value interior pass rushers. They thought Deshaun Hand was going to do it last year, got injured. This year he was going to do it. I kind of like what Jim Schwartz was going. I wish you could mesh Patricia and Schwartz kind of their defense, because Schwartz believed in the front four. And he had solid linebackers over his career too. And Patricia just believed in the back end, which I believe more in the Schwartz theory, but Mayhew, which was a DB in his league, and Schwartz had no regard for defensive backs. They just thought third round or later we would take defensive backs. And Patricia has no regard for the front seven. You know, and that's the issue, because if you ask me which one I'm going to run with to have more star power, the front seven. Because any quarterback that don't have time, you know what I'm saying? So I think Romeo Cora is a huge spotlight for the the Lions this year. He is definitely, him and Aurarie are definitely the best. They definitely the best on our defense. The best. But there's no better player on the defense. And offensively, Hockenson has improved, but the numbers won't tell you that. Swift has been great. I think Swift is the best player offensively in Hockenson. Easily, man. And Okora is just an animal. And I believe his brother going to be pretty good, too. I just think he never really healed from the fibula. And I think, his brother going to be a good defensive end, a good pass rusher linebacker in this league, too. It's just that you got to get him on the field. But Okora is everything that Flowers supposed to be. And that's just the God honest truth about it. But you think about this. He may not be getting the line slid to his side. But if the Lions was winning, they'd be sliding to his side. On some side of baby stuff side. So they'd be sliding to his side. But this front seven is just atrocious. I believe Okora going to be a good player. It's just atrocious. I don't think you got one guy playing up to their contract. Not Tavai, not Davis, not Jones, not Jamie Collins. Danny Shelton is trash. Nick Williams, he been injured. Everybody thought he was gonna duplicate that 7-sack season shit. Trey Flowers, I wish I could run the Lions. I'm way more qualified than Bob Quinn. Bob Quinn ain't probably never caught a football. But Okora is a dog. And you look at this defense, man. If I had to take it over, man, Walker, Okora, or Aurarie would be the only 3 players that would be, other than the young guys. I think Jeff is still going to be a good player, Jeff Okudah. But everybody else can leave, to be honest, man, as far as the starters, man. This defense is trash, lacks talent. But Okoro is a dog. I think he been here before Patricia been here. I could be wrong. But he a dog, man. We got to give Mitch flowers right now, man. But when Jim Schwartz is here, man, we had defense. Even when Rod Marinelli, we had defensive ends and linemen that just came in like clockwork. Andre Flewellen, Man, who else you had coming here? Sean Rogers. They just come. George Johnson came and got on and got a big contract, never did nothing again. We used to plug and play, man, with defense. And Cal Vandenbosch, Cliff Averill, Willie Young, and Patricia's just the opposite of that, man. But Romeo Okoro, dog. Let me know what you guys think about him. Don't forget me on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter. All my social media links in the description. Check me out on Sportscastr. That link there as well, too, for all my live streams. I'll be on there, on here, Facebook and Sportscastr. But if you want to kind of get a draft spotlight in between now and tomorrow's draft, hit me up with a video request on Twitter, Instagram, and Facebook. You want to make a financial donation, Cash App, CJ Good 313, PayPal link in the description. Appreciate the love, support. We gone. All right, I wanted to finish that video, man. Somebody called me, but yeah, a couple other players I like in the draft. I like the Theo Maledon from Jesus. He play in France. He the other point guard from France that should go in the first round. He's mentored by Tony Parker. Good facilitator, can shoot the ball a little bit. Just ain't a great athlete. He fell down the draft simply because he had an injury. He missed, I think, part of whatever season he's playing in this year. So, he failed, but he's a really good ball player. He ain't a great athlete, but, he can dribble, he can pass, he can facilitate, he can shoot it, he can score a bit. And that's like one of my favorite players in the draft. And I think a lot of people sleeping on him, in my opinion, man, but I think he's going to be a good ball player. I think Tony Parker was a lot faster and twitchier than him, but he came into the league with a jumper, facilitator. And I think Theo going to be a hell of a player, man. And also like Cassius Stanley, too. Somebody asked for a video request for him today, and I seen him. I don't know why he's 21. I don't know why he's 21 and he's a senior, but, man, good ball player, man. He definitely what the NBA is about, catching and shooting, come off screens a bit, and he could drive and dunk. Not too many players got an in-between game no more. That's a knock on him, ball handling, creating shots for himself. But I don't feel like he need to create shots for himself if he go to Golden State, or he go play with LeBron, or he play in San Antonio Spurs system, or a ball movement system. He ain't gonna have to create shots. So for me personally, for some dudes creating creating their own shot, that don't bother me. If you play in a system where you can create for others, or you got a guys on your team that can create for you, I don't really have no issues with guys like that. Everybody talking about, he can't create his own shot. Don't have to. Not everybody in the draft gonna be a superstar, even an all-star. Some people say there won't be no superstars this year. Could be right, could be wrong. Who would have said Paul George, Kawhi Leonard would have been superstars? Jimmy Butler. Who would have thought even, Isaiah Thomas could have been an all-star caliber player, the one with the Boston Celtics. Nobody could have really thought that. So when you look at this draft in its entirety, it don't seriously bother me. I think it's really good draft, from the late lottery to the end. I think you got a lot of guys that's going to be able to come in, contribute. Just because you don't have a top-heavy draft, we don't know. Anthony Edwards might go out and be the best player in the league. Melo might be one of the best players in the league. We don't know. There's been so many number one picks that haven't really fulfilled and done what they're supposed to do. There's been a ton of them. Michael Olowokandi, Kwame Brown. It's a great draft to move back. It's so many really good ball players from the middle to the end of this draft, man. And if I'm Detroit, man, I'm probably moving back with Boston. And you can trade Luke Kennard and get the Dallas pick at 18. It was a trade scenario. Somebody posting the Pistons group sending Derrick Rose to the Lakers. Phoenix Suns. Phoenix Suns was sending somebody. They get Kyle Kuzma and the Pistons get the number 10 pick from the Suns. It's a great year to kind of have that nucleus, man. It's a lot of players. You got a lot of shooters. Some really good point guards. If I can end up with the Suns 10th pick in that scenario, Mavericks 18th pick and keep the 7th pick, or trade that 7th pick and trade down to 14, 20, something, 30 with the Boston Celtics, you're going to get value all through this draft. Value. The 10th pick, I'll probably take Kira Lewis and Tyrese Maxey, come back on the 14th pick, take either one I didn't want. Come down to that 20th pick, whatever pick they got in Boston, take Sadiq Bey. Shit, 18th pick, you got to pick too. It's so many good ball players in the middle that's getting slept on. Love Josh Green. He's another guy I love, man. So I think a lot of people underselling this draft, man. And they just mad. They just, kind of not mad. They kind of mad. They kind of not happy with this draft, or saying this kind of, or downplaying the draft, a better word for it, because it ain't a big superstar in this draft. But from the middle of this draft to the end, I don't think it's gonna be too many stronger drafts when you're looking from the point of view we had now. Not in hindsight. In hindsight, this might go down as one of the greatest drafts of all time. In hindsight, it might go down as one of the worst drafts of all time. So, I mean, it ain't the ideal year to have the number 1 pick at all. But, I mean, it is what it is. Let me know what you guys think. Don't forget me on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter. Reach out if you got business question, inquiry, sponsorship, video requests. All my social media links in the description. Twitter's the fastest way. Then Facebook, then Instagram. I'm really on there. Check out our Sportscastr channel. That links in the description. Create a profile. Join. It's just like YouTube, just for sports. I mean, they got scoreboards, the whole thing. I'll be doing my live streams on there. On all channels I got on YouTube. Goodfellas Sports TV, Goodfellas Sports TV 2.0, Motor Street Sports Talk. I do all my live stream on Sportscastr. So if you can't keep up with me on YouTube or any other platform, Sportscastr is the place to keep up with me. So create a profile, join, man. And, if you a creator and you want to know how to get down with Sportscastr, I got you. Just hit me up. I'm going to help you out how to do all the whole shebang. Appreciate it. One time for the one time. We gone.